Hey everyone, welcome to your favorite Eye Opener Society. I'm Gary. This is Hannah, my stepdaughter. We are together, the Eye Opener Society. I want to thank Hannah for being on the show with me, as always, to kind of keep me level. Hannah's definitely going to have her chance to speak on this little podcast, but I want to get a few things out of the way. I want to try and get through this with ease, but I don't want to go longer than 15 minutes. If you recall, most of you listened to it already. We had one called A Shift in the Energy. It was our first little quick, 15-minute podcast. Mm-hmm. And we're going to do a bunch of those, I think. I'm kind of liking this little format. And then we do the big one every 2 weeks or so, or maybe every week, whenever we get a chance to do the hour-long actual podcast. And I got an idea for that one. I think that one's going to be on wisdom with live audiences.
Yes.
So we'll get ready for that one. But I wanted to do this episode. There's so much. I was going to write down so much, but if I do that, it would turn into like an hour-long show and everything like that. And our last episode was called, Shift in Energy.
Yeah.
The other day, we felt it.
Yeah.
Hannah and I know we said, wow, something was just going on in the universe. Somewhere you feel that. Everybody has that ability to feel it. So let's get a few things out of the way. First of all, today is August 15th. It's a Tuesday. We are coming to you from the York County area of Pennsylvania. We reach 23, 24 countries. I don't even know anymore. I try to stay away from analytics, but we're heard all over the place, and that's why I wanted to get this episode going. Hannah and I are going to soon do a show on another podcast called Changing the Narrative Podcast by Sophie Catherine. We're still trying to work out the details when we can all get together to do that with our schedules and all. It's been difficult, but that gives you guys plenty of time to go on iHeart, Spotify, look up Changing the Narrative Podcast by Sophie Catherine, and start listening to her show. I'm really super respectful of her, and I think she has such an amazing type of format. The way she's able to, much like Hannah here, she's able to just put herself out there so easily and share, even if it's pain, with everybody else, hoping it helps everybody. So we're looking forward to being on that show. That's going to be a really great show. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm so glad I got my partner here, Hannah, to do it with. I also quickly wanted to also give a shout out to my wife. I don't do that enough. Without her watching her son, we can't really do these podcasts. The childcare is always an issue. We kind of have built in. I hate to use her that way, but I just wanted to give a big shout out to her. Check out Little Things by Liz on Facebook, by the way. I'll make sure I got links in there later on. Mm-hmm. And please don't forget, if you haven't already, our website. I promised to get on there and update it a little bit. I've seen some things I wanted to change, but eyeopenersociety.onpodium.co. eyeopenersociety.onpodium.co. Please go visit, sign up for email notifications whenever we do these here podcasts. I know a lot of you are probably looking at this too on Facebook, because we decided to put this up on Facebook. We're trying to expand the audience and all that. Let's dive into it. Hannah, get ready. Hold on to your... see, our last talk was a shift in the energy, because Hannah and I felt it, and I understand that people can feel things when things are changing and things are going on. And I was trying to get meaning of it. And now I spoke to Hannah about this just the other day when I started finding out, because as you know, we go down rabbit holes.
Yeah.
I love to go down rabbit holes. I make it a point to do that, because Eye Opener Society podcast, aside from the spiritual aspect of it and the meditation and that kind of stuff, we do go down rabbit holes, conspiracy theories, and we like to have sometimes lighthearted talks about a lot of that, but this is serious. I want people to understand something. Get ready, because something is happening. And I want you to pay attention, and I'm not forcing anybody to believe anything that I'm saying. I want you to do the research. I done mine. That's why I said I was going to have charts and all that and everything that I looked at. So much is going on. A lot of information is coming in, and I just don't have everything, so I wanted to put it out there. Let's talk about this wildfire, quote unquote, in Maui, okay? Maui, the islands, Hawaii, whatever, it's decimated. Mm-hmm. Absolutely decimated. And I spent some time in the fire service. I've seen some things, and I don't understand how this is really happening. I mean, there are homes that are turned to ash. And listen, God rest the souls of everybody that perished in this. You know, death tolls, who knows? Because I don't believe anything the media reports. We're up to 100, but who knows? There's so much coming in, so many lies, so much manipulation. And I'm trying to listen to the real people, the people that are there, and especially the natives of that island. And they're saying things that they're not allowing FEMA and Red Cross, obviously two government-controlled things, are not allowing people to get the supplies that are being donated. They're withholding it from them. People that want to bring stuff in are being denied access. This sounds a lot like the whole Katrina in Louisiana, if anybody remembers that. It's got a lot of that. But, like I said, I want to rush this because I want to give Hannah, I want to change, direction too, but I just want people to be aware. Let me say this before I start going into the whole conspiracy and everything that I found out. Listen, people, start doing small things. When you go to supermarkets, do not go in those self-checkout aisles. Don't do that, all right? Go on manned aisles where people are actually working and being employed by companies. Give them the jobs that are needed. Also, use cash. Let's not become a cashless society, which we are quickly becoming by force. It's quickly upon us. Start learning how to grow your own food. Start learning things. All those people you made fun of, those survivalists and all that are out there, for years that you made fun of, you better start making friends with them real quick because maybe, just maybe, they might teach you something, okay? Because things are happening, and look at Maui. It actually happened, all right? And if you believe it was just some random wildfire because mainstream news is saying, oh, it's just weather conditions and the dryness and storm that was like 120 miles away, suddenly the 80 mile an hour winds fueled this. And listen, I buy none of it. I buy nothing that the mainstream media forces down people's throats, okay? Nobody wants to answer the hard questions, like the fact that Maui was on this year. Listen to this, all right? The government of Hawaii state's goal for rebuilding is to make the entire island of Maui the first smart island. They want the entire island governed by AI, as outlined in the Hawaii Digital Government Summit of 2023. Look that up. It occurred in January. There is another summit coming up. I believe it's September 23rd, okay? Just do the research. It's actually there. There's PDF formats and everything else. If you don't believe it, it is there. They had, just this year in January, this year, summit, that they wanted to make the island the very first 15-minute city. Look those up too. They want everything to be within 15 minutes, your jobs, your homes, and everything else. Everything electric, everything governed by AI. Okay? Listen, this sounds like really weird shit, and I get it. However, it's for real. They've been talking about this forever, these smarties. The thing is, the island of Maui, there's a lot of historic towns, they can't just go in there and change everything because they are historic. So how do you do that? You burn it to the fucking ground, and then you come in and you buy this land up, okay? And now there's so much, like I said, there's so much, and I'm trying to get this out real quick, all right? But it involves Oprah Winfrey and all the other big stars that have homes out there. Their homes were untouched by fire, okay? Now, this is the weird part, and I don't want to say this is all fact just yet, but from what I've seen myself, all these homes burned down to ash. And then there are homes right next to these homes, not scathed at all. They even have trees on their lawn untouched by fires. Every single one of them has a smart meter because it got solar panels on there. Smart cities, smart meters, those homes completely untouched. Just weird shit. If I'm looking at it from the outside, I can't confirm or deny anything, but I can confirm FEMA and the Red Cross are withholding supplies, and I'm hearing that from people on TikTok, by the way, from the island that are stuck out there going through all this, the same platform that the government is banning, because you don't hear people talking about this on Facebook. They ban it right away. So
false facts, false fact check. That's what it is.
Fact checks, yeah. So listen, just like I said, you don't have to sit here and listen to the ramblings of a madman. Do the research for yourself. Become a madman yourself. Understand. Bless these people that live out there. These people need help. These people need help now. The so-called help that they're getting from Oprah Winfrey. I seen her on some videos too, all decked out, dressed up the makeup and everything else, buying pillowcases and crap for people. Who gives a shit? Let's do some real stuff. But if you are trying to get stuff in there, be careful who you give it to, who you donate it to. You know, there's people out there. God damn it. This too is unbelievable. The island of Maui, they won't even let in their own people that live there, their own residents, their own natives, unless they got proof of residency and all. Who the hell is an island? Who else lives there? But guess who they're letting in non-stop? Tourists. There's a snorkeling boat right off the coast of the world, just bringing in the tourists, man. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace what's happening, but it really is happening. And this is what I'm saying. Open your eyes. I'm not even going to teach you how to open your eye until you open your eyes. You got to see what's going on. You have to just look up this here Smart City Summit. Just look it up. Start looking at it. And the whole thing they're saying that this here was done by direct energy weapons. Again, I don't know, but however, I can believe it. Because this whole thing stinks of shit from the ground up. I don't believe a damn thing that the mainstream media is saying. So get yourself ready. Things are happening. All right. I wanted to throw that all out there to you. I got no, links or anything to say where to donate because, like I said, I hate donating because you never know if your donations are going to make it or if they're going to be withheld. So do your research before you do that. Try and help these people out, though, the best that you can. For real, all right? Like I said, there were people trying to do that, but they were being denied access. They were being told that they can't bring food into the island unless it was prepared in a commercial kitchen. Listen, do what you can. We need to start rising up. We need to start making ourselves aware that this shit really is going on. It is for real, all right? I'll talk about it till I'm blue in the face. You don't have to believe me. Like I said, the ramblings of a madman until it actually happens to you. And it's actually happening. It really is. And nobody wants to see it. Just look this shit up. Like I said, it's for real. There's actual government documents, PDFs, everything else talking about it. But they want to make it they wanted to make it a smart city. And I guess they ran into some things that actually blocked them. And real estate and everything else, well, if you burn it to the ground, then you can buy it, all right? And then you can rebuild it and rebuild it the way you want it to. And that shouldn't happen, all right? It's bad enough the islands of Hawaii were taken over and, much like Alaska and all the natives, you don't want other countries coming in and taking over. I get that. But we need to start coming together and start putting these differences aside and start helping one another out. And let's start fighting back once and for all because that's what we need to start doing, okay? I want to change the tone of the show now because I think I got enough out of there. Hannah, if you have thoughts on this, please, I want to let you speak. I'll take it down.
I'm like, you need to breathe?
Yeah, I gotcha. I'll take a breath while you're jumping in there.
I definitely agree with what you're saying. The stuff, like, just doing the research on, especially, like, it just kind of looked like certain non-smart homes were targeted purposely. So it is definitely insane. Me, I don't not like to get into it, but I don't like to go so much into detail because I guess it's the anxiousness in me, that it, like, freaks me out and, like, it scares me. And that's how I feel right now. I just feel scared for everyone who's been affected by this. And I just I just sit and pray and, hope that, these people will, they'll be okay. And I just hope that everyone opens up their eyes.
Yeah, great. And I appreciate you saying that because the whole reason I did this show is because for many years, like when I started out, Third Eye Meditation and all that, I always I would love to talk about the conspiracies. Some of them are fun, and you could, do different takes on them. But when you get into some of these things and it's actually real and you're actually realizing it, that's why I wanted to do this. I had so much to say. The anxiety that we felt, the shift in the energy that builds up your anxiety, it builds mine up. I sit and I meditate, and when I'm in a meditative state, this keeps playing over and over in my head. And I try to weed out and I think critically and I say, you know what? There's something really wrong going on over here.
Yeah.
You could take it down. Look, and you go online and you could see that Mountain Dew thing, the Maui version, and then they're saying DEW, direct energy weapon, and it's like hidden in plain sight. This is what happens when you're in a meditative state. If you are really deep into it, signs, symbolicism, and all of that, you have to take that into account because nothing is just told to you. Was that really meant for anything? I mean, I also, just really quick, while I'm still on this thing, just to show you how much you should be frightened, because I just found this out and it made me want to really talk about this. You could go on Amazon, look up the book Fire and Fury. It's by a Dr. Miles Stones. I gotta look him up. I just found this out. Hannah, I don't know if you heard this one. The story of the 2023 Maui fire and its implications for climate change. This book just came out and the fires are still going on. They haven't even found survivors. They haven't even rebuilt. Somebody wrote a book already.
It's like the
on
Farmer's
it.
Almanac or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, how does this shit happen? If this is not telling you they're pushing an agenda down your throat, there is a damn book out already and the damn thing just started. If that's not going to open up your damn eyes already, it very well should. Fire and Fury, Dr. Miles Stones. I'm definitely going to be looking into this guy on my own and doing some research. But that's what blew me away tonight. Yeah. And yeah, Hannah, you're right. The anxiety, the power that you feel. Sometimes the energy's got to come out some way, some form. Because otherwise you're going to hide, you're going to build... And you're just going to go through life every single day saying, I'm going to be okay. Then the fires happen. 9/11 happens. All these things happen. All right? Start thinking about it. Because when it happens to you, who's going to help you? The people that believe it. Okay? We are going to help you. All right?
We the people.
We the people. Damn right. We need to start helping people out. We need to start opening our eyes to this. And we need to stop it. We need to stop taking it with just a grain of salt and calling everything conspiracy theory. Do I believe every single little thing? No, maybe not. But like I say, a lot of things stink to the high heavens, man. Mm-hmm. And so I want to change focus here. Like I said, I don't want to keep bringing your anxieties up. I don't want to keep bringing mine up. But it's very important that we talk about this. So last night, after talking about this, we sat down. We watched a movie together as a family. All right. And then we sat after that, which I was really impressed with. We sat and we listened to a lot of old school hip-hop music and stuff like that from the old school. And I want people to understand things like that are important. When people mean something to you in life, whether they're friends, whether they're family, or just anybody, share something in common. Do something together.
Even if it's silly.
Even if it's silly. And to be honest, sometimes that's the best thing.
Yeah.
Makes you feel good. It brings you closer together.
It releases melatonin and dopamine naturally.
Mm-hmm. It does. And it did. And I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
You know, it was silly as it was. But yeah, we just watched a movie together. Had a good time. And then, like I said, just staying up late listening to this old school hip hop from like the 90s and even the 80s. I think that was great. Please take the time to do that. Love your neighbors, love your family, you know, come together. Weed out those that have negative energy. That's another important thing. Even if they are family, weed them out. Wish them well, but weed them out. We've talked about that so many times already. I don't want to go into it again, but pick the company that best suits you, that vibes you right. Fixate yourself on those pleasurable moments. We never know when they will be taken away, and enjoy them. Hannah, if you want to take over from here before I take the whole show.
I did want to, and I hate to bring it back into the whole wake up, open your eyes, but we talked about this a couple podcasts ago. The woman on the plane.
Yeah, that she was found out and all that, and who she really is.
She came out.
I know, yeah.
And she posted a video, and you just run to the comments immediately. And it impressed me how many people are opening their eyes and saying that the government is silencing her.
I totally believe that.
I was going to say, I was like, I'm just going to throw this curveball because I don't know if he saw it yet, but I saw a video on TikTok today from her, and she released this video apologizing for her actions and all this other thing. If you watch that video, she was fearful for her life. It was not a mental break. I've had mental breaks. It was far from that. This woman was petrified. And for her to come out and do this, I apologize for my actions, blah, 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 blah. She was silenced. And, but just like I said, running to the comments and not seeing people, like, I scrolled through those comments and I saw maybe one person being like, yeah, I told you she was a crazy bitch. But all the other comments were, something bigger's happening here. She was silenced. Everyone open your eyes, wake up.
Very good point. You're absolutely right. And this kind of does blend into this. That's what I'm saying. You need to open because they'll silence the small stuff to see how far they get away and the big stuff. To add to that, I distinctly remember during COVID, when it very first started, and they started with the mask nonsense, I recall myself, because I was sitting watching TV, there was nothing else to do. Watching TV, and all of these talk shows, even the most liberal of talk shows, were talking about how masks are ridiculous. And it doesn't matter. I remember that distinctively. They whitewashed all of that. You can't find a single episode or anything talking about that ever. Now everything was all pro-mask. Anybody that spoke against that narrative was whitewashed, out and gone. So that's why I say, I definitely remember because, they found who she was. She stepped forward and I said, they really didn't talk about what really happened there. And I said, something is fishy about that.
The thing is that when she made that video, she still never explained herself.
Exactly.
She didn't say like, I had a mental break or I was under the... She didn't say any of that. She just said, like, I apologize for my actions. I realized that my actions frightened people, blah, blah, blah. And that was it. She didn't explain herself.
Shit. Yeah. It
was like almost like she was given a script.
Yeah, for sure. And I totally believe that. Listen, I know most of you guys out there, you're all meditative and in the spiritual world, star seeds, healers, everything else, and you understand what we're talking about. If I could get through the other 86%, I think it is, people that are out there that are just not waking up to this, I don't force anything down anybody's throats. I just ask you to please just look into it. Think critically, turn off the TV, think better, think critical, and make your own determinations. And hopefully you figure out that something really big is going on.
Let's start reporting real news.
Real news, for sure. Definitely. I'm over everything as far as mainstream. And like I said, I'd rather listen to people that are directly involved. This is the only way you're going to get the actual source. I'd rather hear them on TikTok instead of being interviewed by somebody, because then I know they were handed a script. Yep. And that's how life is going. All right. Everything's being hidden. So, do you have anything else for our masses?
Yeah. I just want to share a cute, cool memory, that we shared together.
Awesome.
The other night, it was, I think the day after my birthday. I think we actually did a podcast that night, or maybe it was my birthday night. I'm not sure, but we were outside and the meteor shower was going on, and oh my god, the sky was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was clear as day, and I think between us both, we probably saw 4 or 5 shooting stars, meteors, and it was just a cool thing. And I just want to keep reminding people that you need to be one with the universe and just look up and just embrace Mother Nature and if you believe God's creation, and just, I can't tell you how, special that was to me, and also just energizing to me. I kind of I meditated a little bit, and I was coherent. We were having a chat and stuff like that, but I just kind of absorbed, that energy and, and released some back. So it's just important to me that people, just be kind to Mother Nature and be kind and in general, and also, what am I trying to say here?
Enjoy those little things in life.
Yes, enjoy little things in life and embrace nature. Don't just sit behind a screen and don't just sit inside, you know. Enjoy it. Like, it's so beautiful if you just look.
And, you know, let me transition into that with all of my madness, the anger towards the lies and deceit. When I hear you talk about that, it reminds you, yes, you should open your eyes to the bad. Never forget the good, those small things, the things that make you happy. Listening to old school hip hop, you know, with your family, seeing shooting stars, anything. Those little things, they're going to mean so much more because those are the things that are going to override the evil on the other side. We live in a world, the yin and the yang. We have to deal with the evil along with the good. So understand just what Hannah says. Enjoy those little moments, okay? Make them yours.
Yep.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Everything off your mind?
Yep.
We're going to do more of these little talks anyway. Like I said, it's great because when you really got something on your mind, we can talk about it really quick, and then we'll work up to our larger episodes, okay? So be on the lookout for them as well. Sign up on our website, eyeopenersociety.onpodium.co. Okay? Hope to see you all there.
Yeah.
We will be back with more stuff soon. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your time. Make good of all the little things. Hannah and I love you.
Have a good night.
Take care.